Hi folks, today is October 18th, and until 2 o'clock we have several seconds to kill. Outside it's still this marvelous fall weather with bright sunshine, and the leaves are turning. It's just great to be outside. Today actually exceptionally it's in the 60s, prior to several days of cold 30s, 40s, and by Saturday it will be again getting cold. So fall is here at 2 o'clock. We start sharp at 2 o'clock. Today the conversation would be about leaderboards. So in the blog, if we type leaderboards and hit search, the findings that were entered in the blog are mostly about gaming and gamification. I'm kind of scrolling slowly so you won't get dizzy. So leaderboards, in my understanding, in the memory of this blog, is firmly associated with gaming and gamification. And you can see kind of good graphics for badges, how to adopt badges, how to turn badges into a gamified educational process, how badges and leaderboards incorporate into the gamification practices in education. What I lack as sources in this blog is more information about leaderboards, and therefore my question to you, my invitation to you to participate into exchange of information, skills and experience of using leaderboards in the process of education, or whether this is as part of the gamification process or it is purely just a leaderboard setup in your educational practices. Either way, I believe it will be very helpful for all of us who are interested in constructivist approach in educational practices. So for leaderboards, how to create leaderboards before we start using them, how to create leaderboards, I have a link to Android/Google/ way of creating leaderboards. Unfortunately, just on that site, not on the iOS Apple site. Naturally, the Android use presupposes right away that the leaderboards can be utilized not only on conventional desktops and laptops, but also on mobile devices. And the video is kind of lengthy, about 15 minutes, but that's a good news because it explains step by step how one can use Google Forms and create slowly not only the visual part but also the coding part for there is the code for a leaderboard. Google lately is putting a lot of efforts into admirable efforts into this direction, gamification, leaderboards, badges and so forth. With Google, my big concern is that we don't know when all this stuff will either will be shut off or we will be required for us to pay for it. So the fact that it's available for Android phones and tablets is great. The fact that it's free is great, but at any point we have to think about evacuating all this material from Google, and is it compatible with any other platforms, and how can we transport it, how can we transition it to any other platforms. So that's how to create a leaderboard. Now, how do we use leaderboards in a pedagogical sound way? How do we use it didactically? How do we apply it didactically? Is much bigger, much more complex issue that I believe instructors, teachers should collaborate way more into that direction. So this is the topic for today. Leaderboards as part of badges, creating a gamified process in education. Any ideas, any experience, any skills that you have would be great to share. So as I said, to collaborate toward using it in the educational practices. Thank you, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Every Tuesday and Thursday, 2 p.m. Central Chicago time. For 5 minutes, we can discuss issues about technology in education.